Hello, 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 and welcome to the Heart, Mind, and Voice Show. Well, hello there, darlings.
Hello.
Hey. Hello, HMV fans. We missed you from last Saturday, but we are back in full effect. It's your girl Shalonda, known as Coach Shalonda, and we have your girl Kenny, known as Miss Queen A. Hello, we missed you last week.
I missed you all, of course, definitely.
We know. And our girl who's not here tonight, but she will be back next week, Miss Kim, known as Miss Serious K. Honey, Miss Serious K is on an island looking like, don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. Well, we're so excited to be on tonight to get started with our show. We have an awesome show tonight. And guess what, fans? We have an awesome guest that is coming on tonight. Now, if I'm not mistaken, give me that time again, Miss Queen A. What time is Mr. New guest, special guest is coming on?
So in about 15 minutes, he should be joining us.
Okay, so he will be on soon, but we got some special things to say about him. But we're definitely going to start off with one of our hot topics. We're going to start off with one of our hot topics, and we're going to talk a little bit about union. So let's get started. First of all, we want you to know that our guest, he has been a guest, special co-host of this show many times. So you definitely know who he is. He had an awesome birthday just was last week, May the 25th. He turned the amazing 38 years old. And we're talking about Mr. Shaheed Williams, known as Mr. Shafan. Check out some of these awesome, amazing.
Listen, he had a 70 party.
Look at that outfit.
You know what? That would be nice to have a 70s party. But happy birthday, Shaheed!
Happy
birthday to his brother as well. They share the same birthday. So happy birthday to the both of them. I hope they enjoy.
Happy birthday. So his brother shares the same birthday. They're not twins, right? They're
not twins.
Wow. Isn't that amazing? But they have the same birthday.
Yeah, it's like how would they have been born on the same exact date, different days apart, different years apart, which is
amazing.
It's a
very unique. Yes. Well, happy birthday to the both of you. Mr. Shafan will be on the show a little later, and we will bring him out. We will roll out the red carpet and bring him on and let the world know, sit down, relax. We got somebody for you. But let's get started in one of our hot topics tonight. We're going to try to save the really good, juicy one for Mr. Shafan to give his comments on it. But did you see and read in the media, Queen A, about Blair Underwood and his wife are getting a divorce after 27 years?
I'm like, what is going? Let me tell you, this pandemic, I don't know what's going on, but it's taking people out. It's like, because it's not only like in terms of people passing, but these a lot of friendships, marriages, they're ending.
Yes.
I believe. Remember that movie, The Purge?
Yes.
I believe we're in the purge.
You think so? I guess when you think about it, it kind of seems that way.
In a different way. Like these marriages are being purged, these relationships. And, people are realizing after this, after this pandemic, like, you know what? I just can't live with you no more. I don't even like talking to you. I don't even want to be your friend.
It's so sad because we're talking 27 years. Like, it comes a time where you think that after you've been married for a number of years, if it's not adultery, because some people just cannot recover from that and remain with you, in the recovery, not saying that they can't come back, sane and live their life, but they just probably just prefer, no, you go on, your separate way. But we don't know, because the statement that I read from them in the media is that they have had a 27-year beautiful journey. Okay, so a beautiful journey ends up like this. It ends up in divorce.
And so it's interesting because I wouldn't have used the term beautiful,
Beautiful.
but it seemed like they both agreed to go their separate ways, which
Yeah.
they recognize the journey has been great. We had a long journey, a beautiful marriage, but we also recognize that it's time for us to end. And it's sad because I feel like if you've been together that long, you should be able to work it out. Like, why
Yeah.
can't you work it out after being with someone that long? But this pandemic has awakened some things in people. It has awakened their mindset to either I want to be with you or I can't stand you. I don't want to be with you.
I don't have nothing to do with you. It is over. Over.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's really, really sad. I really, really, my heart goes out. The one thing, I mean, and I know they, it's probably just the level of respect that they have for one another, and then their children, they're all adult children. Isn't that something? All adult children, and they're like moving on their separate ways. But anyway, that's another show.
Okay, well, no. Let's touch on that a bit.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, please, follow me.
Because so you and I had a conversation, Happy Bill, Coach
Yes.
Shawanda.
Yes.
So you and I had a conversation around this. So our views on marriage is a bit different.
Very different. Very different fans. Our views, we love each other. We are the best of friends. Until she gets married, throw me to the curb, whatever. But I'm gonna let him know. Look, I was here first. No. But go ahead.
So you felt you felt that, or you feel that it does not, I'm not gonna say it doesn't matter, but if you're having a challenge in your relationships and you feel like it's just, it's constant fighting, arguing, or whatever, but you all have children together, that no matter what, at least stay in it until the child is grown and you're able to walk your own separate way if you choose to do so.
Yeah.
Now, on the other hand, I believe working it out is very important. But I also believe if you get to a point where it's just almost impossible, like you both cannot stand one another.
Right.
How do you work it? How do you stay in it? Because for me, I believe happiness is important. Now, you may not always be happy in a relationship, and that's why it's for better or for worse.
That's right.
And you indicated, which actually made me realize and open up my awareness to what is your worst.
Right.
When do you know at what point in your marriage that I can't absolutely do this no more?
Well, that is so true, Queen A, because I am a firm believer that, you've made vows to, your spouse, and you've made vows to the one that matters the most before all of us, and that's God. And you said to God, for better or worse, I will stick with him. I will stick with her. And for worse, it's no problem with any situation. It's no problem with us staying by each other, be it friends, be it relationship, whatever, be it a job, stick it in there when it's good. But when it's bad, and times now, there's no filters on a lot of things when it comes to, there's no boundaries, there's no standards. We had a show that talked about standards, and there's no standards, no boundaries. So therefore people aren't staying in nothing for no length of time. What is the average time that people are staying on a job? 5, 3?
Yeah, I would say the most 5 years.
3 years. And everybody are entrepreneurs. We need some burger flippers. We need some pie flippers.
Yes.
We need some cashiers. Although, self-checkout is fine for me. But, we need somebody to say, hello, thank you for calling AT&T. Can I? We need, do you like talking to the robot? I don't like talking to the robot.
No, absolutely
I need to talk to a human being. So people aren't sticking in things long. Okay, so Nikki, hey Nikki, we love her.
Hi, honey.
She said 2 years. So the average time that people, which is ridiculous, the average time people are being on jobs 2 years. I mean, if you're getting promotions and better jobs, that's one thing. But if you're just staying on that job for 2 years and like, hey, I can't do this no more, and not trying to build your own thing, That says a lot about your character, you know. So, but as far as, you know, the marriage, for better or for worse, what is your for worse? Ask yourself that, HMB fans, when it comes down to marriage. And Nikki say I'm an introvert. I talk to robots. I am too, but
That is hilarious. Listen, I have a whole, you know, I love that. I have a whole conversation. Like when I, you know, speaking to someone, a customer service rep, like I start getting into their business. I start asking questions.
We know. But you know, when it comes to, you know, back to Blair and his wife, or just marriage in general, you know, ask yourself, because there's times are getting even worse, not better, they're getting worse. So ask yourself before you say I do, what is your for better or worse? Think about those vows, review those vows, because marriage is serious. And I can't, if marriage is something that man did not create. God instituted marriage. God created marriage. This is a show that reverence the Trinity. Just so anybody watching it, and you know you got something against the good Lord, know that we don't. We love God the Father, Jesus the Son, and
absolutely.
Just so you know that. So those are vows that we made, you know, have made or we make unto God, you know, and for better or worse, sickness and health. What is your for worse?
Yes.
Is your for worse? Well, you know, I wanted green. She wanted black eyed peas. Okay, well, you know what? Don't even get married. Y'all just continue to date, because she's gonna like a lot of stuff that you don't, and vice versa. So, but that's what couples need to ask themselves. What are your for worse? Because they did not specify why they're getting a divorce. But after 20 something years, I would hope that it was something so severe. And I mean, if we had to make assumptions, it may have been adultery. We don't know. They did not say. But what else can you think of that would make someone leave after 27 years? Abuse? Seemed like she would have been left if it was abuse.
Right.
Or vice versa, he would have been left, you know, if somebody was pounding on you. But, you know.
So it brings up the point, you and I have had many discussions around this. It brings up the point where why you need a coach in marriage, or why you need a therapist. Even if you are not having so many challenges in your marriage, you still need one, because as we grow, we evolve individually, and then we evolve as a couple. Right. So like, for instance, if I'm married or dating or whatever, and, you know, I like one year I may say, you know what, I want to work a job or whatever. Then the next year, which is typical me, the next year, no, I want to do my own business. So, and whereas we have agreed to, this is what we're going to do, right? You know, so I have evolved in a sense where, okay, I no longer want to work on a 9 to 5. I want to go into business. So how do you mediate that? Because of course, when if my husband agreed, we will transition into that, where you can go ahead and pursue that. But yet we got to also take care of this bill, that bill. So then you have to find out how to work through that. And sometimes it's hard to do it on your own. So you got to go to counseling and find out, okay, what was your purpose when you first got married? What was your vision for the marriage? What was your vision as an individual as well? How do you blend those things together? And then also, once you evolve, like, okay, this is where you were 5 years ago when you got married, but now you're here today. How are we going to work through this? So
and I think, you know, another thing that I always mention, and we all know premarital counseling is a must. It should be mandatory. It should be a requirement before couples get married. And what needs to be implemented in premarital counseling should be the question, what you do not like. What don't you like about her? What don't you like about him? Tell me some of the things that get on your absolute nerves. Tell me some of the things what are the things that will break you guys?
Yes.
Let's deal with that. What will break you? Because at some point, marriages must be salvageable. They must be glorified, because like I said, marriage is instituted by God. So it's a part of his creation.
Is every marriage instituted by God?
Well, you know, I don't think, wait a minute, but that's a good question, because I have said this and I stand by it. Most marriages I don't have a percentage, but I can guarantee you, I will. You know how I am. I will fight you tooth and nail that most marriages are put together by themselves, by one another. They are not. They did not wait on God. They were not celibate for their year, their 2 years, however long. God did not bring these two together. Most of them, because when God do bring you together, and there are some that have been that were celibate that waited and came together, and it seemed like they're on a rocky ground too. But I would definitely say that most people, they just they're attracted to someone, they get to know that person, they bond, and they get married.
Right.
But we all know that waiting on God is definitely a process in itself when it comes because God ain't gonna just give you anything. And sometimes he may try to test you and see. Sometimes he may try to test you and give you, what did he give Hosea in the Bible? A prostitute.
Yeah.
God wouldn't give us no hoe. You can't say what he wouldn't do. But will we stand?
And he was a virgin, right? And she was a prostitute.
Right. Can we stand the test of time?
I want a virgin.
Oh, we're gonna get off this subject. I'm just trying to help the people. She said she want a virgin. Why you want a virgin today?
Because
why do you want a virgin?
I'm just joking.
No. Why do you want that?
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that one. But you know what? So it's this whole concept, right? So a lot of people, you got to really study it to understand it. But it's this whole thing with, hi, Mama Scott. She said, amen, wait on God. I know that's right. But so it's this whole thing called, and you got to really search it to understand it and read books, Google it, whatever. The Bible speaks on it, but definitely, you got to kind of understand the mystery behind it. So there's this whole thing with karmic relationships, soulmates, and then there's twin flames, right? So karmic is you, and not just in marriage, but anything, like you meet a friend or, you meet someone that you're dating, and then you have this thing called karmic where you all were brought together to learn a karmic lesson. So you got to pay back the karma, what you have done in the past. And that person may be the very person that's going to bring you that karma. So, and then the next thing, right? So the next one, is twin flames, where it's hard to bring the union together, because when you bring the union together, look at Sean Fine. Look at, I know that.
Well, hello there.
Hello, ladies.
We have our special co-host, Mr. Sean Fine, that's walked into the building.
He came prepared with his studies there.
We love your hair.
Thank you.
Bow chicka bow bow. Bow chicka bow. Still in the camping.
We should have been playing the 70s music for him coming on.
You look so handsome, Sean.
Look, you came prepared. You still in your birthday time, huh?
I am. I'm still in my birthday gear. So let me give you a sample of my my birthday function.
Okay, all right.
Well, we gotta ask our producer, our beautiful producer Sandrine, to go ahead and show those pictures again, so we can welcome you again with those pictures.
Yes, Lord. Oh my God! So when she's ready, she'll show us those pictures. I think she may be busy doing something else. But what were you saying about the twin flames and the soulmates?
We were talking about relationships. Waiting for our special guest, you to come on. We were talking about relationships, and I was saying we have different relationships. We have karmic relationships, like if it's a friend or a spouse or whoever. Like, so when we have karmic relationships, it means that person comes in our life to bring us karma. Like whatever we have done to someone in the past, that person come back as a karmic relationship to bring you the karma that you have to repay back. And then you have, and then you have the twin flame. A twin flame is y'all both mirror each other, like you like twins, but it's so hard to get involved with the person because it's like you see something in each other and it's like you love it, but at the same time you can't stand it. You know, sometimes I can't stand myself, right? I meet somebody that's just like me. I'm like, oh, I can't stand you, but you're just like me. So sometimes you see yourself in that person, but it's hard to come together because you know it's like you can't stand that part of yourself. But if you know that's a twin flame, is it a twin flame relationship? You both, if you know how to work it out, you see something in the other person that's like yourself, and you willing to work on it. That relationship can be amazing. Yeah. And then you have the soulmate, which is, you know, is a beautiful connection. Is a soul contract. Is you both were brought together for a purpose. So I would love to do a topic of that's a whole Patreon topic though.
Yes, it is. And we need to have some twin flame couples come in there. And
oh yes, like you and your significant other.
Oh, child.
Let me tell you, we would tear the Patreon down.
Okay.
This show would not end.
Y'all don't want to see us in motion, but yeah. So we just was, you know, really giving our sentiments to Blair Underwood and his wife. We wish them well on their new journey, and it's an unfortunate situation, but we don't know what took place to cause them to let a beautiful journey go in 27 years. It's just, I don't want it for our fans and family. We don't want you to think that I can be married and happy for 27 years and then I could just decide one day I want to let it go. We sure was more to the story than that. But they want to respect one another and not bash each other. You know, like a lot of couples can bash each other and be like, oh, it was pure hell. And he lied and he cheated, like a couple that we saw not too long ago that was in the media, a comedian and his wife, and it was pretty bad between those two. So I think it was just respect. So we wish them well. So moving on. Now, did the producer, does she have our pictures ready for Shafan? We want to see the 70s party.
Yeah, so we're just waiting on we're waiting on our producer. She's gonna be show here. Here it is.
There it is.
Yes, I love it. Look at them.
Baby, I'm shades, honey. Yes.
Look, Shafan came fully dressed and prepared for the 70s party for real. Yes.
I'm loving that vest. Where did that voice come?
Look at those wigs. Look at that hair.
Oh, honey.
I wish I was there. I can't wait to go back to New York. And
it was amazing.
I bet it was so much fun.
It was amazing. I really don't know, you know, doing that party, I was like, I'm not sure how y'all females do it because my head was sweating in that wig. And I was like, oh my God, how do y'all?
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute.
but Shafan, you probably was doing all type of flips and dancing, you know, and being the life of the party. So that's probably why you was even more hot.
And I had on these platform shoes, and I kept a couple of times I almost fell down the steps. I'm like, being, you know, a female's job is hard.
Yes,
you know what? It is. It definitely is.
It's hard. It's hard. It's hard.
It was a struggle. My foot was hurting by the end of the night. My head was hot. I was like, oh my God, it's a lot. I can't take.
Wow. Just to do all of that, just to get beautiful and get, you know, it's a lot of work.
It is.
Yes. Well, it looks like it was a lot of fun. We're so glad that you're on tonight. We have some topics.
Yes.
To hear your piece.
Yes.
Some may be a little controversial, and some may be, hey, we all agree. But you never know until we get into it. So let's get into this, y'all. This absolute truthful yet crazy topics of the bonnets. And I just said, Shafan, I should have put on a bonnet tonight.
Yes.
Oh. How y'all doing?
Yeah, you know what? We want you to put on bonnets, right? So people
should have worn bonnets tonight. And the reason we should have, everybody know about the controversial topic with Monique had addressed. You know, and I will say this, I don't know if you guys listen very closely to her video, but I'm going to sit out here. I like Monique. I really do. I think she's a fun comedian. I think she's a very gifted, talented talented woman. She speaks her mind. Hey, a lot of us do. So this video that we're about to show you, it is courtesy of her. It's her video. It's on her Instagram. It is not ours. We do not own the rights to this video. You have to make that stuff fine. It's not our video. But just if you can hear some of her words.
It took me a minute to say what I wanted to say, because I want to make sure I'm not saying it in judgment. And I want to make sure I'm saying it from a place of love.
You hear that, fans?
Y'all, some of y'all have given me the title of auntie. And I'm honored that y'all do that, right? But there are times where auntie got to talk to her babies and say some real shit. So yesterday, I was in the airport in Atlanta because I'm in Jackson, Mississippi now at Chuckles Comedy Club, right? And we got 3 shows tonight. We got a matinee at 5:30, then we got 7, then we got 10, right? And I'm excited. I always love going to the stage. So when we got to the airport yesterday, I was excited, like, all right, baby, let's go get him in Jackson, Mississippi. And as we began to walk through the airport, I saw so many, actually too many to count and too many for me to tap. But I saw so many of our young sisters in head bonnets, scarves, slippers, pajamas, blankets wrapped around them, and this is how they're showing up to the airport. And I've been seeing it, not just at the airport, I've been seeing it at the store, at the mall. I've been seeing sisters showing up with these bonnets and headscarves and these slippers. And the question that I'm having to you, my sweet babies, when did we lose pride?
Now, when did we lose pride, babies? babies. You know, the one thing that she said, a lot of you all address me as auntie. And I was doing something just a minute ago, but I don't know if it was that clip where she said, I'm speaking to those that acknowledge me as auntie.
Yes.
Okay. So she said, and I mean, the world gave this opinion, but she said, and even in that, she was only speaking wisdom. And no one, I don't care who you are. You can say, oh, I mind my business, because a lot of people were saying that, oh, she should mind her business. That's what's wrong with the world today, because we mind our business. Our kids have gone left. The villages aren't available anymore because they're too busy minding their business. And so it's not taking a village anymore to raise kids. So that's why kids aren't being raised anymore. The streets are raising them. And as a result, we are seeing what they are producing. So, and we see the results. We see what happens to our young kids. We see how the pants are getting even saggier. We see how the bonnets are getting even crazier. And just today, I wanted to say, just today when I was had an appointment and I was leaving out the door, and I saw 2 of our beautiful queens, our beautiful young queens, had on pajamas, you know, lashes, looked like a spider, and and the other one, you know, she had on a nice, you know, she had on a wig, and you know, it was a little, probably, you know, she had woke up and just probably left out the house, and she had a jacket, and it's in Texas, y'all. This is Texas. No jacket weather in Texas. not now. Not now city. But you know, she had on a jacket and probably some little shorts, or I don't know what she had, but nothing but legs and some slippers. And both of them were walking somewhere. I don't know where they were going, but you know, and I looked at them like, you know, this is what she's talking about. And I'm like, they look suspicious. Mm-hmm. They really look suspicious. They both have backpacks, if you know what I mean. So it could have went either way. They could have been homeless, because they could come across as homeless with pajamas on. You would think, oh, you don't have a place to stay. Or they look like, okay, what are you up to? And that's one of the out of so many reasons why she made that video. But that's one of the reasons, because we already have stigmas on us as Black individuals. And you guys know this. When we present ourselves a certain way, that's how people are going to perceive us. I remember I work, and I'm going to let you guys say your piece. I remember when I was working for IBM, and my manager I had a manager, little white lady, told me, yes, I said a little white lady, told me, You present yourself so well. And she was, oh, this lady was then, this was then, like I worked for IBM years ago. And she said, you know, you will go a long way because people pay attention to how you present. A white old lady told me this. People pay attention to how you present yourself. So always look presentable. You look so beautiful. Always continue to look because you're going to go somewhere, young lady. She told me that. And this was way back. I was young too. I think I was in my 20s when I worked for IBM. I was in my 20s years ago, y'all. 20 something years ago. So, you know, and I held that to this day. I remember the exact words she said. So that's one of the main messages that she wasn't talking to these old hag bags. Y'all know better. You know, my age and older. What and older.
You know, you're a product of your environment. So,
yes, definitely.
Yeah. So those, because I remember Shaheed, when we grew up at, you know, it's like I sometimes go to the store in my scarf, you know.
Yes.
So as I got older, we got
Yes.
older, of course you start changing, you know, but you are a product of your environment. You're a product of where you come from. So those girls who are walking around like that, possibly, you know, they probably come from the hood. So
yeah, most of them do. But
right.
Go ahead, Shafan.
Yes.
Personally, I hate it. And I try to be understanding because my thing is, as men, comfortable for us, we throw on a do-rag, you know, a sweatsuit, some slippers, and we go to the airport. And for us, it's okay. You know, it's kind of normalized for men. So my question is for females, what is comfort for you guys as considered normalized? Like, it's kind of hard. But in regards to bonnets, like I'm like, okay, I can understand if you got your hair freshly done, you know, you're getting up, you got a 5 a.m. flight, you know, you want to tie your hair up, you know, you want to get in your airport, get to your hotel, and then get yourself together.
Right.
But I do hate seeing it. I must admit, I hate it. And a part of me said, okay, if it maybe was a fashionable bonnet, maybe it could pass. But I saw someone at Walmart today with a Burberry bonnet on, and it was horrible. And I said, okay, well, I just don't like it. It looks ghetto to me. It looks ghetto, and I don't know. I just don't like it. And I try to be understanding. I try to be like, okay, it's early in the morning. You're at the airport. You're just catching your flight. But for me to actually see, especially those jumbo ones, it looks horrible.
Wait, Coach Shalonda, we need a visual. You have a bonnet? Could you go get it?
You know,
I hate it.
I have one, but it may take me a while to get it. I really do. And yes, I wear my bonnet in the shower.
In the shower. Or it reminds me of a plastic bag in a way.
Huh?
It reminds me of a plastic bag.
Yes, they are horrible.
You know what? I can't say this. I was washing my hair one day, right? I had it in conditioner, and I forgot I had to go run to the store to do something, and I still had a plastic bag on my head. So I ain't even gonna lie. So I did run to. I had to go. It was something. I missed something. I had to go run out. Whatever. I can't remember what I forgot to do, but I put this plastic bag, but I still have my hat on. So I put my hat over it, but you still see the plastic, hanging out.
Yes.
I'm dripping.
So I got a question for you ladies. What do you guys consider acceptable, comfortable wear for females to go to the airport? Where you just want to be comfortable. You don't want to get dressed up. You got an early morning flight.
Clearly.
Like, what is
sweats, tights, girls, especially today, being small, whatever, wear tights and a board t-shirt.
Yep.
Hey, if you want to cover
and
up
some sneakers,
if you want to cover up your butt, whatever. If you don't, that's fine. You can wear your little t-shirt, your little tight shirt, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But a shirt and some tights or a sweatsuit, but there's plenty of things just with those tight leg jeans and a regular shirt, just a t-shirt or whatever. But you can easily throw on something and just put on, your little footies,
Yes.
You don't care about your feet touching, whatever. That's up to you. If you all into the cleanliness or not, put your footies in your tennis shoes or some slippers and have your footies in your hand. I do that a lot. But if it's summertime, wintertime, it's kind of rough because you have on boots or whatever, that's fine. If you want to wear your tennis shoes and your socks, that's fine. Hey, great. But you know, there's so many ways you can be comfortable. And then to address your statement, Shafan, about what girls we do, we get our hair, especially when we're going somewhere, our hair is tight and right.
Yes.
You know, after I seen the lady take off the cap and the wig, I ain't wearing no more.
Yes.
That's it for me and wigs at the airport. Like, well, I guess I can't wear the bonnets either.
And think about it, they probably have to take that off, or they have, because you know they have to rub their fingers, their hands to make sure like nothing is underneath it. They probably take it off, so you have to take it off anyway. So why not keep it off?
You know, so my hair would be, you know, slick back, straight back, or if I got braids, it'd be braid back, and I'm going through the little security and put my wig on in the bathroom. Go.
You know what? Or possibly just keep it off until you get on the plane. Once you get on the plane, you want to lay your head down.
I agree.
You do. So you know, when people want their hair to stay fresh, tight, and right, you can there are ways. A hat, you can put on a little hat. I know you might say, oh, that's gonna mess up my little wrap. You can wear your hair wrap. Now they have wraps tight and right. If your hair long enough, you know, you can wrap it and put a clamp. If they want to take the clamp off, so what? Let them take it off, and then when you get through the security, put it back on there. It's nothing. It's nothing.
Look, you're gonna do your hair anyway. You're gonna do your hair anyway when you get there, right? Because that's how women are. Even if our hair look nice. Yes, you get there, we still gonna be trying to fix it up and do it up. So you know.
Let me tell you, young lady, something coming from a lady that has a little wisdom. Little young ladies, you meet people in the airport.
Yes.
Don't let somebody tell you you don't. You meet business people. You may meet your mate. You meet celebrities. You meet, you know, all different sorts, types of people in the airport. You always want to be presentable. We're not saying wear your best. For all you queeters and Kiki, you know, talking all that crazy stuff. Everybody that came against it, I saw their life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so since you judge Mo, I judge your life, talking against a wise statement coming from a woman that was only trying to spit out wisdom. Yes. She said it so humbly. She said it with so much humility, with so much love to all my babies that address me. She didn't say to you queeters that don't care and got a problem with it. She said to all my babies that address me as auntie, I'm only telling you this. And she said, you know, she came back and addressed it even more and said, you're so upset. Okay, telling me to mind my business. You are my business. We need more people like her. Because if we have more people that care about one another, especially in our culture, let's keep it, especially in the Black culture, if we could care enough about each other, it wouldn't be so much division. We're so divided as a race. Forget all the other folks.
And you know, Nikki Green said people are upset because other races are doing it and not being judged for it. They are fighting for equality.
I don't know if I see I mean, excuse my French, but I don't know if I see white people or Asians with a bonnet on.
No, I don't see them with bonnets, but they have
pajamas. Pajamas, but not. Yeah, they wear pajamas, but not bonnets. They don't need to wear bonnets.
Yeah, right. But they definitely look a hot mess in their pajamas, and you know, a lot of times their heels are, you know, white as snow, and they have on little slippers or slide-ons. But
and for them, it was a fashion statement. So for them, they were doing it, you know, to be like, it was a trend. It was a fashion statement. I don't know what the hell our problem is. Like, this is definitely not a fashion statement
for us.
It looks real tacky.
And you have to think about it. Queen A, you have a business. I have a business. Shafan, you work in a business. And you have to think about, how are you going to take someone coming up to you, you know, whatever you do, I need this. How are you going to take somebody talking to you like, what? You're gonna automatically think, because you know we have nicknames. You're gonna automatically think Pookie, Quita, you know, Quisha, you know. So Queen A, how would you take that individual coming up?
I have to say this. Sandrine, she said a lot of the pajamas are dirty. I know, right? They probably wore it like 200 times.
Exactly.
But you know, as a society, we tend to judge. Even, you know, we say we're not supposed to, but we tend to judge. We tend to look at what a person has on, and you know, like why do you have to? Like, I know. I mean, I've been in stores and I see women that have
Walmart.
bonnets. Huh?
Walmart is one of them.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
But especially Atlanta, it's big. I don't know what is going on in Atlanta or why they feel like that's a fashion trend. I don't know what it is, but it's not cute at all.
Well, newsflash, PSA, public service announcement.
But wait.
It's not fashionable. It's not trendy. It is ratchet. It is ugly. It is outright wrong. So stop wearing it. You can get mad all day long. Look at your life and look at where you are in your life. Go ahead.
I'd rather you wear a scarf. I'd rather a scarf is a little bit more, could be considered a little bit more, a tad bit more decent.
Yeah.
Not with the pajamas and the slippers, but you know, a sweatsuit. You know, your luggage. You got your head wrapped up tight, so you know underneath the hair is done. Some of these women with bonnets on, you take it off, and it's kind of like, what was the point? Your hair's not done underneath. My thing is, as a man, if you're gonna wear a bonnet, have your hair done underneath. Let me know you're wearing it for a reason.
That's so true.
Yeah.
And you know, especially a lot of natural women, they have those bonnets. I don't know what you're right, because I saw when they took off something, I'm like, it was no purpose. But you know, it's funny because Monique in her video, I was looking at her video and she was talking about how people look, but I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, she's in a robe. It looked like she had no bra on. So
people were saying that. People were like, how are you talking about women in their bonnets and you doing this video in a robe?
And she was at home though.
But she must be she was at home.
She was at home. So, you know, now you're trying to say you got to look presentable at your own home. Okay. Now you really
I'm saying this is how people like
and they did say that.
Judge.
Yeah, they did say that. They did say, how you gonna try to address us and you have on your robe? She's at home. And she had a robe at home. Looked like she was in a spot. But go ahead.
It's like that scripture, judge not unless you be judged.
Yeah.
So because people feel like, okay, you judge me, so now I'm going to look at you. I'm going to criticize what you have on. I'm going to criticize. And that's what happened.
It's so sad because we all know that it was not judgment. We all know. We all are guilty of talking about people, especially in Walmart and in other places, talking about people that's looking a hot mess of our race and culture. Yeah, them other folks be looking crazy too in them dirty pajamas. But you know, we're the hardest on ourselves.
We are.
So yeah. People are judging and saying that, well, how you gonna try to address us and look at you, but I'm not in no airport. I'm at home.
I think people need to check their pairs as well. I went to a restaurant. I was going to IHOP the other day with a friend, and he had a do-rag on. I'm like, you're not going in there with me with that do-rag on. And he's like, oh, it's my ears. I'm like, I don't care. Take your do-rag off. Like, I know it's just IHOP, but
right.
I didn't approve. So I said, look presentable. I agree with looking presentable at all times.
Yes,
that's true.
Well, I have all my friends, especially Coach Shalana, like they definitely tell me like, no, because I like to show, so as I get older, I can't do that. But I can go someplace and wear a short dress and kind of show a little bit of cleavage. And I have friends like, no.
And Nikki said that she was getting ready for a show. So like when we're getting ready for a show, we have on our robes and doing our makeup and everything. Mm-hmm. So I guess she was getting ready for a show. But then I think about it too, because we are having our shows, our talk shows at home through the COVID and other reasons, because we have YouTube channels, podcasts and all that. We're doing them online where the world can see, not just certain amount of people that have a certain cable network company. But, like I said, imagine us, I guess this is making a point, both of you guys, Queen A and Shafan. I had on my bonnet, I'm trying to talk to y'all about not wearing your bonnet, and I have on my bonnet, and I'm on the talk show. And I'm wearing my bonnet. So don't be wearing no bonnets, y'all. And I have on big spider lashes, or cockroach lashes, them long, just ridiculous. The
point is she was correct. So that the point is she was
I agree with her.
And she had every right to address, especially our Black, folks who we're judged even more than anybody in any other race. So she has every right to. So,
every right.
You know, where we come from, where some of us come from, we're gonna like, you know, get mad about it because that's what happens when you address and it's true. You get mad about it. So
you get mad and you say you get all out of character. You get.
I'm excited about other topics too. I can't wait.
Yep. So, so Monique, you keep on addressing, keep on raising these young folks, telling them wisdom, giving them wisdom, and you got some people to back you up. And for those that are coming against the wisdom, look at your life. Now, moving on, we're going to talk about this Mercury strikes. Y'all, you remember, Queen A, I have an update for the show. I have an update, fans. We're talking about Mercury Retrograde. A lot of you people may know. A lot of may know about it, and some of you may not. Queen A, I want you to give the definition of Mercury retrograde, and then I want to give an update because I told them that something was supposed to take place legally in my life. Mercury hit, and so I got to give them an update of what happened. Go ahead, tell them about Mercury. Tell them, girl.
And so Mercury retrograde, it typically happens 3 times a year or quarterly, and it's said when the planet Mercury is going backwards.
Yeah.
So what happens when and this is astrology. So what happens when the planet is going backwards, and Mercury represents information. It is also wait. First, let me say this: the 2 planets that Mercury represent is Gemini, Shafai, and Virgo, which is me. So, so our 2 signs are typically affected the most. So Mercury represents information. It represents travel. It represents documentation. Don't sign no contracts. Don't do any of that. It represents, because it's going backwards, not to start anything new. Because it's going backwards is a time to reflect, redo, replan, review. You may have exes trying to show up, coming back into your life. You may have, you may overlook things. You may be cloudy. I can tell you some stories. Coach Lana too. We done some crazy stuff this week. Like our mind was just completely in a fog, in a state of mind. So typically in Mercury retrograde as well, sometimes you may feel like you're very foggy. You're not thinking straight. You're not thinking right. You may feel overly sensitive, overly emotional. You may find that, your communication may be kind of distorted, or you're arguing more because you're not understanding what the person is saying. So it's interesting, but it's a time of reflection. What it does is show what is not working in your life. So whatever's not working, it'll come up even more. If it's communication, you'll find that it's not working even more. If your phone is jacked up, it's been jacked up, it's going to be jacked up even more. So it heightens everything, intensifies everything, because it shows what's not working so you can repair it.
Yeah. So I am loving the visuals.
I know.
Working. Hey, Mercury, it's me. Can you not right now? Oh my God. Shafai,
I want to hear from Shafai. I want to hear what you got to say about this.
What is this Mercury stuff?
So what's been going on in your life since
you know what? This actually, as you was talking, you got me like reflecting, honestly, because I am in position to actually sign the contract. And now, seriously, and so I'm actually like really in. I'm like really listening to what you're saying. I'm like, okay, maybe I should really think things over.
Is it a big contract or?
It's huge because I'm supposed to be.
It don't matter. Don't sign it. Big, small, not right now.
So I'm supposed to be. So I have an opportunity to, something I've been working on for a long time, to be a bar owner.
Oh.
And the realtor, we supposed to have met 2 days ago to sign a contract.
Thank God.
And it started raining, so we were scheduled for Tuesday. And it's interesting that you're talking about this now, and now you got me thinking, like,
well, look,
y'all mind if I take my wig off, because I'm like,
right? Take it off.
I'm sorry.
Take it off.
Yes.
You look handsome. You're so handsome, Shafai. Go ahead. He's blushing.
Yes. That's about you. Just you're informing me on the what you call it, the Mercury. Mm-hmm. What is that? Retrograde.
Retrograde. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm being newly informed on this, and it's something I definitely have to think about.
Well, you know what I said.
And this does it really affect Geminis and Virgos?
Yeah,
Is that
all the time, because Mercury is Gemini and Virgo is ruled by Mercury. So every year every time it happens, we are affected the most. But
is it happening now?
Yeah, it started May 29th and it ends June 22nd.
See, I'm gonna have to talk to you off air.
So and then makes it makes it even more potent is that Mercury is right now in the sign of Gemini, so that's double. So yeah, you definitely have to be mindful of signing it, because whatever you sign, it's like, because sometimes Mercury retrograde, like it can hide some things. That's why you got to go back and review. So if you sign a contract, you may be missing out on something that you didn't realize, like it may not be a good deal for you. So typically any new, like I remember I started a job when I first came to Atlanta, and I started a job, and it was a woman kept telling me, don't do it. I'm like, oh, it's going to be all right. People always say, oh, it's going to be all right. It's nothing. I started the job. It was nothing what I thought. They lied to me. They told me it's going to give me a certain amount after 3 months or whatever. They never did it. I had increased. It was just a mess. And I ended up leaving. I couldn't, like after 2 months, I couldn't do it. I couldn't stay. So I stayed, I think about 5 months, and I left. But so anything you do during Mercury retrograde is typically, like, if it's new, if it's a contract, it typically doesn't work for you.
Oh my God, it's terrible. I
wasn't ready for this.
Yeah, I had no knowledge. I had no knowledge of Mercury retrograde, Shafan, until the beautiful Queen A. Yeah, you're not gonna like her when things are happening. You're like, oh, that darn Queen A. But once you become aware, like it's happening, you're just not aware. But once you become aware, you pay close attention, and you can see where things are affected through retrograde. You can see, and so it means that you mentioned that it means going, like everything is reversed, like things are has to be redone.
Yeah, it's a time for reflection. Right. Like say for instance, like if you have a website, right? It may be a time that you go back and you work on your website, review it or whatever. If you had been in a relationship and all of a sudden that person come back from the past, it may be a time to reflect or review why this person coming back. Maybe we didn't close doors or whatever. But
you wore me out with this topic.
Huh?
So you're wearing me out with this topic. So I'm gonna be honest. So the other day, this is a big step in my life. So I tend to, like, I'm very spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
And I tend to get a lot of answers when I ask for it. So I prayed and I said, give me a sign to let me know if this is a good opportunity for me, if I should go for it or not. And here we are talking about this.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wow. And you know what? I would say to revisit it after, because it ends June 22nd. So I would say after June 22nd, revisit it. So I would just say, can we revisit it, in July or whatever? You just kind of want to think about it, reflect on it or whatever.
Scratching. But you know what, Shafine, and another thing, let me just show you how real it is. Like, was that the day it started? Was it the day it started, Queen A? I could not find my keys. And I think I mentioned this last week. It started last Saturday, May 29th. And I couldn't find my keys. I left my keys in the car overnight. Shafan, woke up, keys sitting in the open. They were in the open. You would just look through the window and you would see my keys sitting right there. And I was getting ready to go to the gym. So I looked over at my neighbor and her door was wide open. Her door was wide open to her van, wide open. So I'm thinking, how people may have went grocery shopping and she's getting the groceries out or whatever. So I just went on to the gym. I came back. My neighbor's door was still open. I had to go.
When she walked in the house and completely forgot to close
close the door. So I just walked across the grass, shut the door, didn't even say nothing. I just shut the door. Because she forgot. And retrograde, you very cloudy in your mind. Now, isn't that amazing? It's a time.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
We got Shaw Fine clean. Now he clouded. Look at his like he. Look, he's sitting like this. He's like, he's sitting there real serious. Like everything is clouded. Like he like, oh, we should have said nothing. He can't even focus now. We should have said nothing.
Oh my God! For all Simone out there, huh?
Okay, sorry, Simone. Simone asked. She said, "Hello, hey, Simone." She asked, "What are we talking about?" So Sandrina, our producer, definitely mentioned Mercury retrograde. Yeah, Simone, how you doing? We are talking about Mercury retrograde. Google it. Google it.
Google it. Google it, Shafan. He's still looking like.
So wait, what are you thinking? What's your thoughts? What are you thinking?
I'm reading the comments because Sandria's said Sandria's like, I look over it. And she's like, yo, it arranged the day you're supposed to sign the papers. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a sign. I don't know.
Maybe just right now. Not that
just not.
Yeah, just not right now. So just it'll be over June 22nd. Yeah, that's most of the month. But then revisit, revisit that opportunity.
Yeah, and it just it could be another better opportunity is going to come, or it could be something is missing that you don't know, and maybe
I'm just rushing into it.
Right, exactly.
I feel like you're trying to rush me. I told him, June 15th. And he's like, oh, well, let's do the contract today to get it up and going because we negotiated a good deal. And I'm like, well, it's kind of soon, but, I said, all right, I'll meet you today. And then it started raining. So I said, let's reschedule for Tuesday. But originally, I wanted to do it June 15th.
Now, see, and a week after that, it ends. So, I would say to don't discount and don't do it, but just think about it, because as you ask more questions to the person, it may be something you'd be like, you know what, this is not good for me, or maybe I need to wait. So I would just say, look at, just kind of say, can we just wait for another 2 weeks or so, 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's like, oh,
I know. That's that Gemini. They're like, I do what I want.
I don't know. You got me thinking.
I mean, you asked for the sign, so look, and we talking about it, so
you asked for a sign.
I didn't know this is what Mercury retrograde was about. I thought it was about something else, but
it's good though. Like for real, Mercury retrograde it is. I'll be trying to. If you're not aware of it, you just don't know. Then you be wondering, okay, why that didn't work? It didn't work because you did it during Mercury retrograde. But people they're not aware of it. They just think that it's just life. It is life. But it's just a time. It happens 3 times a year, sometimes 4, and it happens quarterly. The next time is going to happen in October. So all it is a time of reflection, and it comes every three times a year for you to work on, whatever you need to work on in your life.
Yeah.
See, God sent you to answer my question to my prayer.
Yes. That's right. And just to give
Simone said, nope, don't trust it. He's fast talking. See, another sign.
Just to give my fans an update, I was supposed to go through something. The beginning of retrograde just started on last Saturday, and so I had a date to where I had to take care of some legal issues via communication. And guess what? It did not happen. It did not happen. And I had told the fans before, I said, I'll give you an update.
So wait, we want to know the legal, what we want to know.
Confidential information.
Listen, we are the heart and mind voice. We reveal transparency.
Confidential information.
We want to know.
Transparency of it all. But just know it did not take place. And I did say I was going to give an update and everything just fell through the cracks. It did not take place with anybody. Even those involved fell through the cracks, if you know what I mean. But anyway.
And Mercury retrograde is in the sign of Gemini. That's why Shy Fire was late today. That's why it was delayed. Look, it delayed the whole show.
Oh,
that's that Mercury retrograde.
Is that what's going on?
Yep, that's what's going on.
Like things are delayed. Yeah.
Yeah. It's something, I'm telling you, it definitely bring things to your awareness and put things on hold for a while so that we can get ourselves together. So if you want to know more about Mercury retrograde, certainly Google it. Shafa, please Google it because you're going to have a fit on this show. We need you. We need you for about 10, 15 more minutes. You have left the building. We need you to come back.
It's all good though. It really is good. It's really good.
This I left the building.
For you in the days. And let me tell you, and especially now, like it really clouds your mind. So you find that you forgetting stuff, or or you just overly thinking about something, you all in your head. Is typically because of Mercury retrograde. Like today, like I did something real crazy today, right? So I got up this morning to get in the shower, because I had to go someplace. And so I got dressed and my hair, let me tell you. So I did my hair and everything. So I was putting on my clothes. Why did I put back on my bed clothes and get ready to walk out the door? And I'm like, why did I put back on my bed clothes? Because I had it sitting on the bed. I had it laid out on the bed. So I wasn't thinking. I was like in another world thinking about something else and forgot to go in the closet to get the outfit. I just got what was on the bed, which was my night clothes. So thank God I recognized before I went out. So yeah, it's really clouding people's mind and making people be in their feelings and especially Gemini rules the thoughts, the mind. So people all in their feelings, all in their thoughts. So yeah,
you're gonna be toe up the rest of the whole day.
He already told us. You may find you'll be arguing with people. You may find you arguing with people more. So
yeah, exes may be calling you,
or relationships that may have ended this time could come back around because it ended Mercury retrograde. So whatever happens during Mercury retrograde, it typically undo it. So
yeah.
Okay.
You okay?
We gonna move on, y'all. He's like, you stuck. He's gone.
Producer said, up. Okay, well, let's just talk about something exciting, fun, right quick, because our shop, but we're about to lose our special guest co-host. Come on, Shop, it's okay.
I'm here.
Grab my hand.
I'll grab it.
You're gonna get through this.
I'm gonna get through it.
You will. So let's talk about something real quick, fans, about gifts. And we're talking gifts of all special occasions. Even a gift just because gifts. We don't really get a lot of those just because gifts. But we're talking about birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, anniversary gifts, wedding gifts, whatever special occasion. Does those gifts really do those gifts really matter? Or is it really the thought that counts? Is it really the thoughts that count and not that gift? Like you're okay with a box of new spoons?
God, not a box of new spoons.
A box of new cups.
No.
Some fake flowers from Dollar Tree with $1 vase. Are you okay with those gifts? Are you okay with a bag of socks wrapped up in some Christmas paper?
If you need some socks.
Is it the thought that counts, fans out there, or is it really the gift? Just like Black Lives Matter. Do gifts matter? Because let me tell you something. In my book, you better not come up here with some new spoons, some new forks, some new socks. I don't need none of that. Matter of fact, I tell people when you give me a gift, and I try to tell those that, I can't tell people that don't know me or that just want to do something nice for me. But, the people that I don't know, I will say this, that I don't know and want to do something nice for me, I do not penalize them for a whack gift. I really don't. It really is the thought that counts. But when it comes to friends and family and loved ones, you better put some more than some thought. You better put some money to that thought. Give me a gift. And I always suggest everybody to just give me a gift card. No, not a gift card from Starbucks, but give me a money gift card. No, I love Starbucks.
That's nice.
I'm talking about me. Give me a Visa or Master. I don't want American Express gift cards because they be tripping. But give me a Visa or Master. I always say that. because a lot of times everybody aren't good gift givers. So just give me that gift card and I'll take them all. 5, 10, 20, 25. I'll take them all. I will accept that. But you guys let me know. Shafan.
So my thinking with gift cards, so you're saying give a gift card, like who, like your husband or your boyfriend?
No. No. My strange, crazy. I'm sorry, but my husband could not just give me a gift card, and he very well knows that. Knows that. No. Unless I specifically say, give me a gift card to it'll be to a certain place or something. Something really nice that I want. I'm like, he's not gonna pick the right one, so just give me the gift card or give me the money. Then that's one thing. But no, he's not gonna come up to me with a gift card. Absolutely not.
Okay. So in regards to gift, I'm really huge on gifts. I'm a very thoughtful person myself.
Yeah.
And I think all people should know their worth. I think all people should have standards, and there's nothing wrong with having standards. And the thought does count, depending on who it's coming from. Like if you're gonna give me a shirt, I don't care how much you pay for the shirt. I don't have to know, but if it's a shirt that I like, I'm definitely gonna appreciate it.
Yeah.
If it's $10, don't leave the tag on it. I'm gonna be upset.
Right.
But so I'm gonna share an experience I had with one of my friends, and he's probably gonna kill me if you see this. So my birthday passed, and he's actually a really close friend of mine. Very close. Everybody makes mistakes. We're all not perfect. Right. And we all are men. We all have good jobs. We all make a decent amount of money, and we've been friends for like 10 years.
Right.
And we of a certain age. So he gave me a gift card for $25, and I definitely was upset about it. And I sent him a text, and I kind of like went off of him. And his question was like, well, I didn't think our friendship was the cause of the gift. And I said, well, it's not. But I feel like men that's pushing 40 years old, that's all have decent jobs, who've been friends for over 10 years, I wouldn't have gave you a $25 gift card. That's something I would give like my niece or my nephew. So we talked about it, and he kind of agreed. He apologized and said, you know what, I understand what you're saying. I could have put more thought into the gift instead of just giving you a $25 gift card. And he apologized, and he made up for it, and we moved on. So before I text him, I was thinking, I said, am I being what's the word I'm looking for? Am I being inconsiderate to his gift? Am I being like a bitch about it? So I had to call somebody else to ask for their opinion, and they said, no, that's, you're grown. Like $20 is nothing. So I sent the text. So I want to ask you guys, how do y'all feel about that? About me sending that text? Should I have just took the gift card and shut my mouth?
I think that that's your friend, so you should vocalize how you feel.
You appreciate me speaking my mind, yes.
Yeah, but I was gonna say like everybody have like their own love language. Like my love language too is gift giving and acts of service. So I love
what type of service?
He said, "What's the service?"
So your love language seems like is gifts as well. So so that's big. So I think it matters too, especially if a person know you, they know how you are. It's like you didn't put no thought into it. It's like I told Coach Shalana, like we're best friends. So it's like I mentioned to her, I'm like, okay, no, I do want the money though. And it's, especially sometimes I need the money, but like she send money. And I'm like, well, how come you don't ever take the time to send a gift? Like sometimes I would take the time out. I love giving gifts. So sometimes I take the time out, and I will make sure I put a lot of thought, a lot of effort into it. And I like to surprise people. So sometimes I want the same in return. I'm like, okay, just don't be sending me some money, but I do want that too. Send the money and the gifts.
I have a question. What amount of money is acceptable for people of a certain age? If your friend is going to give you a gift card or cash for your birthday,
do they have the money?
Yeah, I think with women it's very different, Shafan, because it may be, you never know people's situation. Like some people are doing excellent in life, and it's not a problem. It's like whatever, with women, we're very different when it comes to the amount of men. Yeah, I can see where it's different for y'all. Yeah, I really can.
So what is the amount? It's acceptable for you.
Yeah, with women, yeah, all amounts are good with us.
All amounts, $10. What, $10?
Well, not 10. 25 is like, I mean, honestly, like if a friend gave me 25, I will be happy. I'm like, okay, well, look, I'm happy. I would want more, but it depends on their situation.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So what if their situation is good? What if they're working, they have a good job, and
Well, you're spoiled.
Am I for you? Is that?
I think when it comes to, I'm big. Now, I will say this, Shafan, Ask Queen A, I am crazy about my birthday. That is like everything to me, my birthday, everything. But, she never give me a reason to complain, though. She got to go all out, and I got to take some time out and think about her darn birthday. I'm like,
I'll be competitive with it. Like, okay, you might try to show me up. Now I'm going to show you up now.
See, I'm going to say I'm kind of similar.
But it just really depends. And like I said, for me, if I'm not really that close to you, you just a person, you're an associate. I don't really care. Honestly, you could give me $5.
Well, yeah, an associate, you didn't have to give me anything. So I appreciate anything you gave me. But I'm talking about your best friend.
Oh, your best friend,
yeah. If it's your best friend, yeah.
Sandrine said an easy 100 to start. So
yes.
Easy
$100. Yeah, we're best buddies. I mean, you better make up. It better be 50 here and 50 in some shoes or something.
Hey, if you're gonna give a gift card of a small amount, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you should. It would be acceptable if you took the person out for dinner and you'd be like, "Oh, here go a gift card to go with the dinner."
Right. Yes.
Yeah. That's nice. Yes,
but it seemed like, I mean, that may not be true, but it seemed like somebody just give you 25, like, oh, just here, like, just throwing it at you, like not necessarily thinking or having no thought towards it. But people want to be acknowledged for their birthday, especially if they have, you good friends. You want to be acknowledged.
Yes, Lord.
You want to be treated nice and special and everything.
But just as a disclaimer, in case you see this later, he did do a good job at making up for it.
Well, yeah. So definitely, if it's your best friends, your significant others, your children. Well, children, hey, they're gonna let you know what they want. Period. So you don't have to worry about the kids. They're gonna let you know. But best friends and stuff, and significant others, you definitely want to put thought and money to it. And if situations are kind of funny, especially with now since COVID hit, and a lot of people lost their jobs and just now starting back to get established, you do want to be just as thoughtful, although it's your birthday, as they are, and doing the best that they can, towards your birthday. So you want to be thoughtful as well. And if they just happen to miss your birthday this time because they just didn't have it, it's okay. We're trying to come out of a pandemic. So it's okay. So definitely take some thought on both. It takes thought on both ends. So be thoughtful. You never know. Now, if their situation, nothing, they just did what they did just because they didn't want to take out any time, then you might want to check that relationship that you have with that individual. And the significant others, that's a whole nother level of thought.
I have another question for you, ladies.
A whole nother level. Go ahead.
So if your significant other, boyfriend, best friend, they get you a gift and you hate it, do you say something or do you keep it to yourself? Like you buy your shirt and in your head you're like, oh my god, this shirt is so ugly. Do you say, like, are you honest to the point where you'll be like, I don't like this shirt, I hate it? Yeah,
I remember one Christmas I got a ugly purse from my from my other half, and it was so ugly. And I don't know, he got me a couple of things, but that purse was like he just grabbed something out of Target or whatever or Walmart. Maybe went into like a Forever Young, something. Okay, like some store like that.
Walmart.
But after I went off so bad.
You went off?
Did I go off? Did I go off? Did I go off? in front of my parents at my parents' house on that.
Oh, no.
Yes, I did. It was the worst gift. It was like he just didn't take out the time. And after that particular Christmas, he never, even to this day, I have never gotten a bad gift from him. After that one time, because I'm telling you, if I went from A to Z in 2 seconds, A to Z, I'm talking all bad words that begin with each letter. All bad words that begin with. It was horrific, like some old grandma. And I'm not even into the brand purses and stuff. I don't even care. I don't even like take purses. I like to take my wallet, phone case, or just the wallet, because I don't have time lugging a purse because I put too much in it, So I'm not into purses. The worst gift ever. So yes, I let him have it. And ever since then, I have never gotten a bad gift from him. I mean, never.
That's important that you got to let the person know, because they don't know. Yeah. Like some people,
right.
They just may run in and just like they think it's a thought that counts. But no, like let the person know, and train them how you like to be treated.
Yeah.
That's the words out of my mouth. You got to teach people how you want to be treated.
Exactly.
Right, that's right. So, yeah. So I'm so glad that your friend redeemed himself.
He did, yes. Yeah. I gave him a nasty reading.
Well, we have like 2-3 minutes left. We want to get off the third topic real quick, but we're probably going to finish that one next week. Yes. This third topic, we're gonna let Queen A get off into this because I don't even know where to begin with the red pill. Has any fans out there heard of the red pill community? Nikki, Simone, Mama, anybody out there? Have y'all heard of the red pill community? What trumpet is this? Queen A, please educate us a little bit on the red pill. We know about the blue pill, y'all.
Oh yes. So the red pill community is a community that was established by a group of men, and you know how they have feminism.
Wait. I know that's not who I think that is.
Oh, girl, yeah, I'm gonna mention him.
No, I know. Yep. You know what? I'm gonna tell y'all now. The red pill community is a bunch of SHIT. You see that man in that blue, gray, what color, blue stripe, whatever suit that is with them glasses on, with that little beanball head of his. So we already know it's a red pill. I mean, a bad thing. If he's involved, I don't know these other two folks.
So in the middle. So this whole thing this is a good topic. I wish we had spent a lot more time in this because it's a group of men that came together and basically they bashed women. So like Kevin Samuels, right? Like they believe that a woman should be in her place, right? So some of the things that they discuss, like it's like when they talk about the pill, like it's a tough pill to swallow. So the truth hurts. Like it's tough to swallow this truth. So like Kevin Samuels in the middle, he's a big YouTube person that tried to give advice to women supposedly,
and he ain't big.
Supposedly of how why women don't have men, right? And he may say things like, "Oh, well, you're too fat, you do this." So this group of men come together and they believe that women should be very fit because women are sexual creatures. They are made to lay down and have sex. I don't get that. I mean, I kind of get that part though, but
oh my God.
So they believe that women are to be in their place. Like they have the red and the blue for a reason. It's A and B for a reason. Men are men for a reason. Women are women for a reason. So I believe that this group, they had this guy Morpheus, who's like a big time blogger on it. And wasn't Morpheus a part of the Matrix movie?
The Matrix, yes.
Yeah, I just realized that. So Morpheus is always writing these things in the Reddit community or whatever. I think it's on Reddit. And he talks about women basically, and he said it's a platform for men to come together and vent what they have been through with women. Like if they had bad relationships, but instead of healing from it, they speak bad about women. Like, oh, it didn't work out because she wasn't in her place. or, you know, it didn't work out. So they have this thing they call a game, right? So the game is they go to the gym, they look good, they look their best, and then they go and they meet women and they play this game and try to conversate with women as a way to feel them out to see, you know, are they going to be in their place? Are they going to have sex? So their whole thing is they want to go out and have sex or whatever. But then they tell women, this is why nobody wants you, because you look this way or you this way. So they say it's a platform to vent of how, you know, how men feel, to be more masculine. But also they said, well, why is it that it's okay for women to have feminine groups, but it's not okay for us to be masculine and have masculine groups? So even they talk about Donald Trump, you know, Donald Trump supposedly somewhat a part of the community. And they said this community has helped him get into, you know, politics or whatever, because they were big on he's a very masculine person. He believed a woman should be in her place. He believed that, you know, men should be at the head. Why is women trying to overpower men? So they believe that we're now living in a society where men are now undervalued and women are overvalued. So they say in jobs, it shouldn't be gender equality. Like we're not equal. Men are always should be at the top. Men should be CEOs. Women should be at home, waiting with their legs ready to be, you know.
Oh, God.
So it's very fascinating, but you know, it's not like if you read, because I was really reading a lot into it, and it's not, they try to always make it so bad, but that's really how they brought it together.
Oh, Shahan.
Oh wow! They Sandrine said Morpheus, and he offered a red pill in the Matrix that would allegedly to show react. Oh wow! He offered a red pill. Wow, that's very interesting. So I gotta watch that movie again because it's a reason. I gotta watch it again.
But the whole thing just sounds ridiculous. They might as well just sleep with each other, in my opinion.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't agree, but why is it ridiculous? Because in their opinion, they're saying, well, women do it all the time. They come together and they bash men because they've been hurt, they've been this, they've been that, and they bash men. So why is it that when men come together,
who, as a man, to actually form a group to come together just to bash women, you have to be a broken man. And
that's what they were saying. Yep. Mm-hmm.
It just sounds ridiculous. It just, like, I just can't see myself joining a group to bash women. It's just, I just can't wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked if they're sleeping with me. I actually wouldn't be shocked if they're bisexual men. I wouldn't be surprised.
That one in the middle. That one in the middle with that suit on. Yeah.
They actually mentioned that in the community. They actually mentioned that. I believe that's what they do, but they say that they're not all about bashing women, but they're about uplifting men and making men. Yeah, like they're about making men realize, like, you're powerful, you're masculine, you this, you're that. But also, you know, they said that men, like the men that came here, they went through some stuff. So as a community, uplift men, like to get back into your health, to get back powerful, to get back to your place in life, get back to
bring it down, woman.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm.
You gotta stay down. You really are.
I mean, this is not the 1800s, you know. If a lot of men nowadays, if you're intimidated by a strong woman, then you need to work on yourself. You don't need to try to break down a strong woman to uplift yourself.
Yes.
Love is, I mean, you know, it's just, I just can't wrap my head around it. Like, I feel like and that's a problem with people nowadays. People want to tear down each other to uplift themselves. Like, work with a person, work as a team. And if a strong woman is too strong for you, then that's just not the woman for you. Yeah, but why try to tear down women to uplift yourself? If you're weak, you're weak. You need to do something about that, but don't break down people because you're a weak man.
Wow, that's good.
That's right. That is so true. So true. You know, I'm still speechless about this red pill community. I'm speechless. And the one thing that I see I mean, oh my God! The one thing that I see, the men that are showing their faces that are associated with that. Who are they? And then the ones that are out there in public that we do know of, Kevin Samuel or Trump. Oh my God, if he's a part of it, look at them. Look at them? Just look at them and look at their life, and look at what they represent. What does Kevin Samuel represent?
And it's sad because people are following Kevin Samuels. Like, and I try to watch his show. Godly.
It wouldn't surprise me if Derek Jackson is a part of the red pill.
You know what? You're right. So it's supposedly to the red pill, right? It's men who are, they are either in powerful positions or working their way to become very powerful. But so like
they're never gonna make it.
Yeah, and they feel
what are they scared about?
Say it again.
I said, what are they scared about?
I don't know. I don't know, but they just feel like women are like, they feel like men are becoming undervalued in society, especially they say in the US and the Western world, women are becoming overvalued and men are becoming undervalued. So they're saying like, how at work, like for instance, you go for a job and they look, women are becoming CEOs or in big position, and they don't like that because they don't feel women should be. That's not their. That's not.
Now,
their
is this catered to the Black community or in general?
Oh, it's all
Okay.
of them. It's all like Kevin Samuels. He's a part. He's Black, and you gotta watch his show one day.
I'm like you, Shafan. I would love to see the stats as far as the race.
Yes.
The race in that community. Like if it's what is the percentage of Blacks, the percentage of whites, the percentage, and I can almost guarantee you the percentage, the highest percentage in that community, we probably lead.
And we have events,
broken and damaged men. So and we would think that way. And those that have those, besides Trump, what is Trump white? What is he? But anyway, I don't know what he is. But anyway, most men that have platforms where they're bashing women, they're our race, unfortunately. Our race.
Yeah. And that's what they do. Like this woman was, I heard this woman talking about it too. She said she went to an event because they have social networking events around there and everything. And she said when she was there, they were good. Like she said, they didn't bash her. They were fine. But she said she's kind of like a strong personality woman. So she said she had to become like a submissive woman. She found that she got very far in a networking event and they were willing to help her once she became submissive. But she said that's not who she is. She has a strong personality, but they were willing to listen to her, help her out in her business and everything. But
now, how do you become submissive? What do that term mean? Does it mean shut up? I mean, I'm just trying to understand. Like, how do strong women become submissive?
You know how strong women, like, they speak their mind a lot and everything. So I guess in that event, like, she wasn't like overpowering, like speaking her mind. She was listening more. Like, she was listening. She was like, they would
stay in the background.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But they were telling her like, okay, well, you do this and do that. Well, typically she'd take control and do it herself. But they were telling her, well, do this and do that. And she kind of listened, but she just wanted to see what it was like. And she said they helped her out a lot. But as long as she was submissive, they were willing to do, to help her and everything. Now, but to that point, though, with Kevin Samuels, when I was listening to one of his shows, and they talk about how women should be a certain way. And he said, like he was talking about, it was a woman that was on there, and she had 2 kids, a beautiful woman, 2 kids. And she was saying she want to get married, but she can't get a man. She's wondering why. And he was like, well, no wonder why. He was like, you got 2 kids. Ain't nobody gonna want you.
Oh my.
I think I saw that show. I think I know.
Right. And he was saying stuff like, all you good for is laying in the bed and just taking it in. So that's not a way to like uplift. And that's what the red pill community does, is a hard pill to swallow. They trying to say, like, I'm telling you what the problem is, and the truth hurts. Is a hard pill to swallow. The truth hurts, but this is what it is, and you should remain in your role as a woman. And just, if a man doesn't want you, just lay down and take it in. So
And I don't take what in though.
Listen, we got to continue this conversation.
This conversation we'll have to pick up, Shafan. We can all talk offline. You may want to continue with us next week, but we'll have to continue this next week. I do want to say though about that lady that went to that networking event. Like, I mean, why would you want to go seek help? You know, it's a difference.
She was being nosy. She just kind of wanted to see.
She wanted to see what it was about. Like, why? What benefit is
for her
there?
show? She has a show too, so she kind of wanted to see. She kind of wanted to see what it's about.
It's called research.
Well, you can research online too. You can get the story or whatever online.
Exactly, it's called research.
But you never know the full effect sometimes unless you actually, because I'm curious too. So I would go there just for the purpose of just being nosy and asking questions. So I just want to test it out. So I'll do the same thing. I'll go to be nosy.
You said just to be nosy?
I'll be in there dancing
you know what?
having a good time.
I'm intrigued. I want to go and be nosy too.
See, right?
But you're a man though, so it's a commonality. You're a man. Yeah, I can see you going to an event like that just to check it out. As a man, you're going to a red pill community that consists of men.
Now they do have
this is a community that bashes women. And I just want to see what it's all about. I'm just curious to know.
Now they do have supposedly they say that they had a small set of women that comes in, but I believe those women probably was gay or whatever. But they do kind of allow some women to come in. They probably got to go through a criteria or whatever.
I'm not going through nothing. You bash women. Am I my sister's keeper? Shafan, am I my sister? I'm not going to Jack. I wish I would.
Now go. You know what? Go with a bonnet. Go with a bonnet on.
You know what? If you gotta stand for something, that is what's wrong with our community. We are so intrigued by the dumbest, that's the illest, the dumbest. There's absolutely nothing intriguing about that. Nothing wise about that. Absolutely nothing that's attractive. Nothing that's appealing about a damn red pill community. You ain't educating, ain't teaching, ain't growing, ain't doing jack with that. Nothing. I don't care how it's broke. I don't need to go research it. Let me see what this is all about. I can just research and read. Just by me reading, just by me hearing just by me knowing who's a part of it. Trump, that's a part of that. Kevin Samuels, that's a part of that. I'm X me out. Those two don't stand for nothing. They
is going on. Okay, baby, cool on.
The nation has been torn apart.
Kevin
said, don't tell me nothing about. I'm going to research what?
Research what? Cool on. Can we end? Well, let me say this really quick. It's like reporters, right? Reporters, they don't want to support it, but they go in to be curious to report the story. So that's their job. But that ain't your damn job to go and research the red pill community. Yes, we coming back here and we going to talk about it.
CNN is paying me $160,000 a year or whatever to go and check out these foods. I'm gonna go up in there.
Let me tell you. Okay, look. Okay, Coach Londa. Okay, look. And
I'm gonna treat them.
Okay, look, Coach Shalonda.
What are y'all talking about?
Coach Shalonda. Let me tell you, this is her. This is her all the time. She gets very passionate about topics, and it goes to a whole other level. Now we had this conference. It's Mercury Retrograde, so it intensifying in her communication.
Is she a Virgo, Shalonda?
No, she's Aquarius and Leo. That Leo is operating very strong.
No, y'all have pushed the wrong button. Can we end? We love
your heart-minded voice.
This is heart-minded voice. I promise y'all, we all together. Wait, let me straighten up. We good. Shafan, did you have anything to say or add?
You know what? I'm gonna go find my bonnet and burn it.
Don't y'all wear them bonnets out at the stores, at the airports, train stations, and bus stations?
Look, I'm gonna do a YouTube video for Heart, Mind, and Voice and wear the bonnet tomorrow. You look around with the bonnet.
We love you guys. Oh, please like, share, subscribe on our YouTube page, like and share on our Facebook page. We love y'all. I don't even know how we're gonna continue this conversation next week, y'all. Anyway, love y'all.
Happy birthday again, Sean Fine. Enjoy your
Thank
birthday.
you. Thank you.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.